Hello, guys. Good morning. Good evening. We are back here at Marhel Reacts, and then today I will be reacting to Big Brother Australia's VIP season 2021, episode 4 and episode 5. Here in this episode are my recaps and thoughts about the show, but tonight I will just do my quick recaps. I'm recording this at 12 a.m. in the morning and I need to do this very quickly because I'm sleepy. I just finished watching the two episodes, the fourth and the fifth one, and yeah, I'm just tired. But sorry, I wasn't able to make a recap yesterday. I have been busy. I'm tired also. It's just been busy in this life. But here I am reacting and doing my recap and thoughts about it. So it will be just quick because nothing really just really that big happening aside from the evictions. Oh my god, I'm just so excited to tell you my thoughts about it. Oh my god. I think a subscriber will be happy for me telling you this juicy elimination and I love it. Okay, anyways, for beforehand I will just check my audio if my audio is right because we're on live here right now. We're doing the live recording. So yeah, so it's okay, it's fine. But before that, guys, please do like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Barhill Reacts. Please do like and subscribe and yeah, support my algorithm by also supporting me on my channel. You can do that by through PayPal. That me slash Marhel Polito. That's my account there, guys. If you wanna help me or support my channel for doing this, and you're grateful because I did this, you can do that by sending your generosity on my PayPal account. That me at Marhel Polito. The link is in the description box below. You can do that after watching this video, of course. And like and subscribe also, guys. So that's it. That's the one way of your showing your support on my channel. And let's go now to the recap on our episode. Yeah, hey, are you excited for talking about this? I'm excited as well. I'm happy that you know it happened so fast. Okay, let's move forward to the episode for recap. Okay, first things first. After the Matt being evicted from the episode 3, after the eviction night, it was there was still a clip about how after that happened where Dane was very upset after Matt's elimination. He told Ellie about that it wasn't about Matt going home, but it was about how Matt went home, and he felt that he was on behalf of Matt's eviction. It felt betrayal. It felt on an ultimate betrayal because people have been saying to Matt's face that he will be safe for that night, but people were going against him, especially Luke, Thomas, and others as well. Ellie and Matt Dane were really surprised and blindsided by it. You can see in their reactions from the past episode, and that's why Ellie confronted Dane, comforted him about him, and telling him the truth that I cannot vote, but I did not put Matt on the nomination just to put him on the chopping block and be evicted. So he didn't. She wasn't aware of that. And Luke went in the room and he was just like, "I did it. It was just a game, man." Blah blah blah. And Dane was, is a good heart. He had really a good character from what he had experienced after his drug addiction and been lying to everyone. We have seen his segment on his promo video later in this episode, but he just said that he doesn't want liars. He doesn't want. He, you can tell to this person face to face that want him out, and he was really heartbroken for Matt, because he was really close with Matt in the game, and he said to look like, "Do you have any morals? If are you doing this in real life?" That was a real confrontation right there. Like what? Like Luke was like, "No, I did. I can't do that in real life. It's just a game. I've been here for. I've been doing. I've been. I have felt like this for the past two survivors that I did, and this is just a part of the game, man. Like blah blah blah. I understand. Um, Dane's point of view, but I also understand Luke's point of view. It's a game, but sometimes playing the Big Brother, you have to open your mind, and sometimes um maybe it's because um in Dane's sports, like in football, there's no manipulation and lies in there, but here in Big Brother, it's part of the game. It's the new rules, right? So it's kind of like sad that Dane has had that feeling, but at the same time, it's good for us. It's entertaining, right? But we have seen this, the the tease that has been around the social media. Matt calling out Luke, Matt calling out Imogen, Josh, and others. Oh my God, you have seen. If you have been a fan or like a Twitter user, you can check out Big Brother AO returns, a Twitter username that's been there. They've been retweeting those teas right there. If you or you can just go to the Instagram accounts of the housemates that you like, and maybe you can see some more of the teas after the show or within the show, because there's a lot of more dramas, I think. Okay, and yeah, so it was really spicy, after that conversation. Where Emotion was like, "It's part of the game, man." Blah blah blah. Matt's like, Matt, I understand everyone's perspective and the feelings. Matt was betrayed. Dane was blindsided as well. Luke was like, "This is a game, man. We should do this." So everyone has his own right of doing the game and has its own right of their feelings. So let's not judge them. So but Dane was like, "Put me in the block next week, look, and next time, like, okay, I could just go right now. If you could do that to them, he can do that to me." Well, moving forward on the day 8, we have seen Caitlyn like being saying on the on the diary room that um as we progress in the game, we can already see who's the threat and who's not, and he sees Danny as a threat. Thank God. Caitlyn, thank you so much. Because the last season of Big Brother, they did not see Danny as a threat. Uh, Thank God, because I love this season of VIPs because they're mature and they understand social games so much, and they're good. They're good. Okay, we have also seen Dane's segment about his life, about his addiction, by being loyal, and also Thomas reached out to him after the conversation that they had with Luke. So Dane was like he had just unburdened those stress, and he felt like it's part of the game. I think that's how it is. Luke has its own plan, blah blah blah. And Luke was like in the confrontation, he was like, if I would tell Matt about if I will tell Matt that I will be voting him out, the plan will be destroyed. So I understand him that point and that way. Okay, let us go to yeah. Like Dane was like he said that they everyone has it there is entitled to their own POVs, their game, their feelings. So it's okay. He accepted his fate. He accepted that the part of the game. So good on you, Dane. You have grown really quickly. And also, we have seen a segment of Caitlyn talking about her marriage with Chris, as well the relationship that they had. I mean, of course, Kate, Chris still like have that barrier towards Caitlyn. That's understandable, but that's their problem, whatever it is. And also, Thomas being okay after being nominated. Um, he just wants to prove to the world that he is a good guy. I mean, from what I've seen to him, from what we have seen or I have seen, I'm impressed with him, and I think he's a good person. Really, I mean, he's not really that a mean person. It just happened that happened. The latter happened because of his emotions, and emotions makes or break you. You'll make good decisions or not. So those things that made him a bad decision. But I think he regrets that. Yeah, that's why Luke was invited by Big Brother to the diary room, and they had a chit chat about Thomas, the friendship that we had, and the letter. It was, and also the letter was revealed to us, and it was written by Luke to us, and that's what happened. And he was getting emotional about it. Luke was emotional because the fact that it's a family relationship, and he doesn't everyone doesn't want conflicts within the family. So I think he's kind of like emotional about it, and we got to see his segment, also the promo videos of him hanging out with his kids, his two sons, his wife, and his daughter who had an illness. Let's pray for her, for his child to be healed. Amen to that. Yeah, that's also the secret mission of him, that he must have to convince Thomas to write a letter again to his sister. But for me, in my perspective, why would Big Brother interrupt that, or um, you know, would intervene? Like, why Big Brother would could can you convince? It's not voluntary. If you know what I mean, it's not voluntary. That okay, unless you will say that, Thomas, are you okay if you want to write a letter again to can you imagine writing a letter again to your sister? That would be okay. But if you got a secret mission to ask Thomas to convince him to write a letter, that's kind of like it's something fishy for me. Unless it's scripted, like Thomas really wanted to write a letter. But for me, it should be voluntary and not really like something that we should talk about. But and regardless of it, I'm happy that Thomas was able to write the letter. He was convinced by Luke, or I mean, he was not really convinced, but he was like, okay, I will do it. 1 second later, but Thomas was able to unburden his problems. He was able to speak his mind, really what is in his mind. I think this time he is in a good place. His mind is in a good place. He was able to move on, and I could relate to Thomas because I have a little sister also. I have a 6 year gap, and you know, all you could do is really to protect your sister at any cost. Like whatever you do, what whatever your sister made for you, what you just want to protect them. You would just want to like you could say bad things. I mean, yeah, don't do this because it could harm you, but your sister would be like, how can we not explore this if you're not able to? How could we not learn from this if you're not letting us to join or enjoy this moment? Like whatever it is. But for me as a brother, I could relate to Thomas in that way. Gladly, my sister and I is kind of like building our relationship again by also talking about God. So we're doing that right now, and I hope that we will have a good relationship moving forward as we grow older, because you only have your family to be with you at the end of the day. So I hope that Thomas right now is having have a communication with her sister. I hope that they're okay right now at this moment, and all I think is a wish and luck and a prayer for him and his sister and his family as well. Everything has its own stories, and at least we got to hear Thomas' side, and I mean, I hope that his sister would forgive him and rekindle their relationship, because we have seen the photos that they've been really close together. It's just so sad. I hope that everything is going well with those siblings as of right now. Let's pray for that, okay? Yes, and after that, breaking ladder, Luke was still emotional about it. Uh, all the house guests were gathered by Big Brother to the lounge room because they were invited to a VIP event that will be happening later that day, and they must have to dress, they have to groom out, and that's what they did. They did the lipstick, the makeup, the girls as well. They really groom a lot, and they're really prepared for this. They have to go to the elevator again, another place for an elevator, and yeah. So BB has invited them to the VIP gallery, where the 12 housemates' photos of their past were shown in a big picture. It's like an art exhibit, but it's their old photos from their past. It was nice to see and heartbreaking and dramatic to watch. At least in this episode, there's nothing really like surprising really, but we got to hear the stories of everybody. I love this segment because aside from the game, I think we got to know each one of their characters, each one of their personalities. You know, aside from the game, we got to know them really well. So Ellie, she was just her photo was her actress debut with The Rock, uh, because she was invited by with a movie that she was starred last 2018 with Fighting with the Family. I don't even know that movie exists, but I will check that out. So she was grateful for that. Ellie, yeah, Thomas had his picture with Megan when they're still um young, and everybody says that that was happiness. I hope that, yeah, that we can see the smiles from those people. They were really happy that time, and I hope they will really kindle their relationship today. Okay, and also Jessica was also emotional. You know, having her photo with her brother and her mother, and she remembered that that's the last time she thought that, you know, that's the last time that her mother and uh that her sibling really got the chance to really play outside the house and make some good memories before her mother gets addicted to addiction and such. And she said that it's been like 2000, year 2000, that she hasn't really had a connection with her mother. And I like what Caitlyn said, that, you know, life is like that. Life is challenging. Really, life is challenging. You know, I'm a product of a broken family, and it's really hard. You know, you cannot really control things and that you wanted to have. You know, you want to have a great family with these people. You want to have a great family relationship, but you cannot control them. So life is challenging. It's up to you, have you wanna accept it or not. So I think Jessica was brave to share her story, and it was really hard for her. I think it was emotionally. When it comes to family, it gets emotional, right? And yeah, moving forward to Luke being a minor, I think he's a minor. That's his profession, and he was glad that after how many years he got to be part of the VIP, right? He is considered now a celebrity. Josh with a foot pic from Instagram, he's a social media influencer, really. Bernard with his kids. Danny driving a motorcycle 100 kilometers from the away from the Mount Everest. So he had done that uh, uh, alone. As we can see on his Instagram, he had a lot of pictures of himself driving and stuff, even on his YouTube account. I mean, on his YouTube account. So that's what happened. And yes, and also we have Dane about being him a painter. Not everyone really would assume that he is a painter, but there's a really a good reflection in there that um you can be you can do more aside from the physical aspect that you have. You can do so much more. You know, like if you're this, or if you're a football player, no one can imagine that you're a painter, but you can do so much more behind those physical attributes that you have. You can have those talents aside from, you can explore more, and I'm inspired to that. And yeah, and then we have Imogen crying yeah, by trying to fitting in about the Mercedes Fashion Week, and that was also inspiring. Caitlyn also about his picture when he was still a male. He had won that gold decathlon medal, and that was his last finish line after 12 years of his sports life. And he was proclaimed as the greatest athlete of the year. That was like crazy. He was really popular that era, and it was really like emotional at this point when he said like when he was still a male he wasn't peaceful, but when he transitioned to female or a trans woman, she felt at peace because she knows that she is true to herself, and that made everyone inspired and um inspired and reflect a lot. Yeah. Let's go move forward first because when Dane approached Caitlyn later in that episode, Dane was like, "You inspired me to become, to show myself, and this is me. There's nothing wrong to be like this because that's how you feel. There's nothing wrong about it. So you have to show yourself, guys. If you're listening to me, be inspired with Caitlin's wisdom. She's really good. I mean, like with Caitlyn in the house, she's really been an awesome house guest. But going to the Flash eviction, Big Brother told them to go back into the elevator, but upon coming out, they have to have a Flash eviction because it's a surprise. So this mechanics is one of them must choose them one of must choose unanimously or whatever it is that one of them should be evicted within that room because they will not be out of that elevator if none of them sacrificed for eviction. And yeah, everyone was like, I will not go out. Caitlyn was like, Do you want to go out or what?" And until it came back to her, and she was like, I need to move on. I'm still busy right now. I'm still running for governor in California, the fifth largest country or whatever state in the United States. And she sacrificed herself and is the third evictee of this season. I mean, let's talk first about Caitlyn. Caitlyn was a very, very um very wonderful woman. She has a lot of wisdom, and I think she's a really good person. Everybody loves her in the house, and it was unfortunate to see her leave, but we got to see her win competition, and she won a she also managed to do the competition so well. She's really good. You can see that she's a sporty. You know what I mean? So good to see her in that, and people loved her so much and people have respected her. They learned a lot from Caitlyn. Everyone loves Caitlyn. Who does not? I know that you guys watching right now loves Caitlyn. I don't really know her, Caitlyn, from, her Hollywood. It was just only recent when I watched like, uh, Sims parody about the Kardashians, and that's why I got to know her. And it was a sim, it was animated, but now her knowing her here on the show, it was like a delight and a breath of fresh air because she has a lot of inspiring words and wisdom, and she has a great humor. She's just a professional. She is out there to play the game, and I mean, she's good. And it's just so sad that she sacrificed. Yeah, and there were rumors that was said that she was only she had to only contribute for the show for 1 week in the house. So that's why there was a flash eviction because she was destined to be out on that episode. I think it was just to boost the ratings of the show or what, but at least we got to see her. Yeah, and they were out of the elevator. Imogen was really sad about it because see her being being emotional because they really had a bonded with the half floor, half room time. Yeah, so Dean approached to her as well about being an inspiration, Imogen crying, and then we got to see her hugging everyone and then leave the house. But before she left the house, really, Big Brother told her that she has a power to give someone a parting gift, an immunity to the housemate. Um, they will not. This person will not be nominated on the next nomination and but could participate on the nomination challenge. And let's move forward to the episode 5. As soon before she came out of the house, she decides to give a parting gift to Ellie. I think that both of these women have really bonded so far. We have seen that Ellie had also saved Caitlyn from the half floor, half room. Uh, when they had the chance to, to pick someone after the free. So Ellie picked Caitlyn. So yeah, so to bring back or to honor back the prize, Caitlyn chose Ellie to have the immunity, and she left the house. Caitlyn, we will miss you so much, of course. So Caitlyn's a good player. At least we saw her until the fifth episode. That's it. So moving forward, we have seen that Imogen and Jessica were kind of salty about it, but that's part of the game. I mean, they have a great connection with Ellie beforehand. Okay, we're going to the day nine of the house. Okay, so Danny and Josh have an alliance with Luke. Josh and Danny had a conversation on the velvet room. I thought it's the red room, but it's the velvet room. Okay, so they have an alliance, and here in the next segment, Big Brother told them to go into the lunchroom, and they because they were really starving already. They have only rations left. My God, that those $360 were spent for only 3 days. I mean, yeah, they've done that on the day six, and it's done. But Big Brother told them to go to the lunchroom, and Big Brother will take them a certain food that will flash on the screen. But before that, they will hand, be handing all those free food. They have to transport the ball that is floating in the hallway, and they have to transport that one to the garden within 60 seconds. That was hilarious, and it was like, they almost kissed. So, so they have to do that. I will just tell you guys the jar of chocolates. It's what's Ellie and Jessica. They were failed by a little second. Um, a whole plate of Tim Tams. Tim Tams. We get to. There's a flashback there. Big Brother told Danielle that it's great that you cannot divide that to 16 Tim Tams. 16s. It was a reference to him, and I forgot the name of the final three that he had. The old lady from the last season. If you could comment down below who's her, I forgot her name. They had a conflict within the team towns that will be shared by 16s because there's 16 houses in the house. So if you want to go back to that episode, you can go to that reference. So in this food challenge, Danny and Josh was the one. This was the pair, and they were failed because it was like the tall guy and the short guy, like almost like kiss, and it was like unbalanced. But the next one, sushi with Thomas and Josh, they passed. Ice cream Sunday. Jessica and Ellie passed. What's this? What's this? A juice that Imogen really wanted. She paired up with Ellie. They passed. And the last one that we have seen from Luke and Danny, they failed. With Danny, he said like, this is part of my game. I want to be like, you know, weak for them to see that I am not a threat. Okay, whatever it is. So Josh is getting to know everybody in the house. Yeah, and also he had also shared his story about his dad who died as well. He shared this with Ellie, who had also the same story when they not really the same story, but kind of like relate because both of their dads died prior to this event. So it was just sad, emotional again. At least we got to know their stories. That's great. That's okay, beloved. Okay, moving forward to day 10. Uh, no, no teams anymore. So the nomination challenge that is happening on this episode, no more team challenges because Caitlyn is out. It's only applicable for two nomination challenge because it's the fourth nomination challenge right now. And yeah, So going into this whole day, Danny is suspecting Bernard, who is an actor, is acting about, doing politeness or doing good things, doing like talking to the girls. I mean, Danny's like, Bernard must be acting, I mean, I think he's not really that guy. He's an actor, he can act, maybe he can act like this. Are you just assuming Danny? Like every Daniel's segment, I was like, I will not list down on my notes because I don't care. Because I'm from this episode, I'm pissed again. Although I give credit for credit card to him on the last season, but it made me pissed at him again this time. So gladly we'll get to there. So I was like, go Bernie, you can do this. Because Danny was like, I want to target, if I win the nomination challenge, I will target you. That was just a random conversation. And you will tell this person that you will target him because you think that he's acting in the house. Like, if you want to play a game, you have to be like good with everybody. Unless, like, the nomination challenge is over, of course. But I think you have to be like kind to everyone before the nomination challenge because uh, bad karma is really going in your way. Because if you don't think about bad about this person, then you will not be, you know, backbite with bad karma. So, so I was like, go Bernie, go Bernie. So, when Danny lives, Bernie, Ellie, and Thomas had a conversation that Danny needs to go. He needs to go next. He's the first one, last one in. He's the first out of the group. Bye. Please do that. So in the Velvet Room, Danny and Luke were having a conversation about targeting Bernie, and Bernie had uh uh listened to their conversation. I don't know if how loud that was, but Bernie must really have heard that conversation, and he was like, so you're targeting me. And Daniel's plan was like, I will nominate Luke, you Luke, I will nominate Imogen, I will nominate Bernard, and all of you guys will nominate and target Bernard. And like, if I was Luke in that conversation, I was like, why are you putting me on the block? I thought that we're alliance. I thought that we're aligned. Why are you risking my safety in I mean, Luke is a risk taker, but look, you're the greatest player of Survivor. Why are you being controlled by this man? You should be the only one greatest player. Like, hello, don't be controlled by this man. So, yeah. So Ellie and Bernard also again told each other that they need to get out Danny, and also Luke and Bernard have an alliance again because look, they have been having a really great relationship on day one. So like Luke is now in between of the Bernard and Danny conflict are there. So going to the nomination challenge, I love this nomination challenge. It's fresh again. It's the first time I see an angled platform that they have to step on. It's not a perfect flat. It's not a flat platform, but it's an angled platform where it's gonna be like difficult to hang on. So they have to hang on tight on an angled platform uh with they have to hold on also to the sack of cash. I don't know how heavy is that, but they have to hold on that cash because as the time progresses, the rope is or the rope that they held on or the sack of cash will lower down each time. So the chance of being able to uh you know to to stand still on that angled platform is risky and could eventually lead you to elimination of the game. So let's just talk about the rankings of the people who were out first. We have seen before 5 minutes, Jessica was out. Like the first lower down, Jessica was out of balance. Jessica was out, and Dane and Thomas went out. Next is on the 5 minute mark, we have seen Luke was out next. On the 15-minute mark, Imogen and Josh. And on the 27th minute mark, Ellie wasn't supposed to win this because I think she's already safe, but she wants to be a comp threat. Anyway, uh, Danny trying to, yeah, let's go to that. Bernard was like handing the gummy to Danielle, was like, do you want a gummy? Because I could give you a gummy while I'm here holding so tight. I'm not scrambling. You're scrambling there. Do you want a gummy? Uh-huh. That was a great move. Like it reminds me of Angela's lipstick and lipstick era. Oh my god. Angelicious. Shout out to Angela. Oh my god. That was iconic. And the gummy part, iconic. Because in the last season, Danny would always like if there's a challenge like holding on tight, Danny would always like talk to other housemates like, "Are you okay there? Do you want to deal with me? Do you blah, blah?" He's always loud, and then this time Bernard was like, "Do you want a gummy? Shut up if you don't want." Because Danny was also shouting whatever it is. He's been like chaotic in that area. So gladly, Danny was trying to hold on so tight, but you have seen that he was shaking so hard and he fell from the ground. Yay! So from that there point, Daniel already knew that he was up for eviction. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's why you don't say bad things about other people. You don't target people when you just meet them for like 2 days. You have to meet everyone and be like okay with everybody. Not don't be like I'm the greatest player of all time. I will kick you out. Blah blah blah. That's not how a great player would play. You have to have a social game. And for right now, Luke is now having the greatest gameplay because he's good with the other side of the house. He's good with the other side of the house. He's good with everybody in the house, and he's make a lot of decisions or like blindside plans, and he's still not a target on the house. Like, what are you talking about, Daniel? You're not a great player. Why am I shouting? So you can see there's a difference between Luke and Danny. Danny is just so here, and Luke is here. Is way about. So I don't want Luke to be controlled by Daniel because Luke is much better than Danielle. Okay? Okay. I'm so mad. So going to the nominations, Bernie chooses Josh, Thomas, and Danny for nomination. And during that part, after the nominations was announced, Daniel was really pitching to everybody in the house, like, let's vote this. I will vote that. Okay, Jessica, you have a you have been you have similar traits with Tilly from last season. Uh-huh. She was really convinced, I think. So going to the eviction, let's go forward. Um, yeah, there were chit chats there, blah blah blah. I think Jessica was also brainwashed by Danny that time. Well, so in the eviction votes, two votes were casted on Josh by Luke and Dane. And Dane, yeah, because Dane was felt betrayed by Josh because Josh was also responsible for getting Matt out on the last eviction. So it's also understandable. Luke chooses Josh again. Betrayal. Luke is betraying again his friend because he wants Danny to be saved. So the odds of wanting Danny to be saved, he wants Josh to be out. But neither they know that Jessica and Danny voted Thomas out. Uh-huh. Luke should just voted Dan Thomas out to increase the odds. But regardless of that, um, Josh, Josh, Josh voted Danny out because I think Josh voted Danny out because he doesn't want people voting for him. Like the odds of him out is higher if he voted Thomas out. So he must target Danny out or vote Danny out for his odds to be saved go higher. Okay, so um, Thomas, Josh, Ellie, and Emojan voted out Danny. Yay! Okay, I'm so glad that Earlier this game, Danny was out. I was surprised, but because I was really like in the last season, every single day I was like torture why Daniel will not be eliminated. But on my pre-show thoughts, I was like, please get Danny out on the early of the game because if not, he will win the game. And the players are playing so hard, and yes, Danny was out on the game. Yay! And I've been reading a lot of comments on Facebook, on Twitter that they were happy that Danny is out. Thank you, Lord. Although Danny, you played already your season. Congrats to you for making that far. You are the greatest player of that season. Get, I tell you. But this is a VIP season. Let's give it to the VIP. Yeah, yeah. So Caitlyn and Daniel were the two people who were evicted on the fourth and the fifth episodes, and yeah, I was sad to be that Caitlyn was gone, but that's it. That's how it is. Um, but Daniel, better luck next time if there's a chance. If you could be an all stars, but I hope not. Well, guys, that's my reaction. I told you guys that it's gonna be quick, but it came 41 minutes. Well, whatever it is, thank you guys for watching this recap and my thoughts as well on the Big Brother AU VIP 2021. If you want to support my channel, you can do that on my PayPal.me at Mahel Plado. And uh, just go to the description box below because it's gonna be there, the link for the PayPal. And also, guys, please do like and subscribe, please, for the algorithm as well. Like and subscribe and support my channel on PayPal. Thank you so much in advance. And I have put it here. Goodbye, General. Mm-hmm. Like I want to do that. I would like a screenshot of this. Like goodbye, General. This could be my thumbnail for this episode recap. Goodbye, General. Goodbye, General. Okay, that's gonna be great. So, guys, thanks you for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night for tomorrow or like the next day for my reaction on the episode 6. It's gonna be another twist because behind the bookshelves from the preview in the Velvet Room, there is an escape room. And who's gonna be it? Wow. So there's only 8 housemates left. So who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for from the 8 housemates? I'm rooting for Bernie right now, Dane, uh, Imogen, and Ellie so far. So those are my top four. Who are your bets right now? And we will see you again next time. Comment also your thoughts below. See you again next time. Thank you guys. God bless. And see you. Bye bye. God bless. Oh my God. Thank you. Goodbye, General. Goodbye.